Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, GHA family and friends. We are back with another homework helper, and this is lesson 10 for 5th grade, okay? So I'm going to read the directions and get us started. So it looks like this is something that we've been doing. We're going to use some standard algorithm, and we're going to estimate. So it says estimate the product. Product is the answer to these multiplication questions. So we're going to solve using an area model and the standard algorithm. Remember to express your products in standard form. So here you have to do an area model and you have to follow the standard algorithm. But first, we got to estimate. So estimate, as I've always done in the videos, estimate is another word for rounding, okay? So we're going to round so that we can get a ballpark figure of what our product might be, okay? So first things first, we have 53 times 1.2. So we need to round both numbers and then multiply those rounded figures. So when rounding, we look at the first number and we go next door. If this number is greater than 5, we round up. If it's less than 5, we round down. So we look at the 5. When we go next door, it's a 3. And a 3 is less than 5, so we're going to round down to the nearest 10. The nearest 10 would be 50. Okay? And so now we're going to round 1.2. Same way, we're going to look at the 1. And when we go next door, there's a 2. Is that 2 greater than or less than 5? It is less than 5, so we're going to round down. So this is going to go to the nearest 1, which is 1. It's closer to 1 than it is to 2. So we're going to put our 1 here. Now we can multiply. So what is 50 times 1? Anything times 1 is itself. So 50 times 1 is 50. Okay? Now we can go ahead and start our standard algorithm. So move us over here. Take our 53, put it on top, and our 1.2 down at the bottom. All right. So when doing standard algorithm, the first step is to take the 2 and multiply by everything up top. So we have 2 times 3, and we have 2 times 5, which is 10. We have nowhere to carry, so we put it all down below. Our next step is a 0 spacer, and we're going to move over to the 1 and multiply the 1 by everything above. 1 times 3 is 3, and 1 times 5 is 5. Our last step is to add these together. So we have 6 plus 0, 0 plus 3, and 5 plus 1. All right, we're done. But now our last step is to figure out how many digits we had to the right of the decimal. We have 1, okay? So we can go ahead and reflect that in our answer. So we have 63.6, and these are our partial products. So when you do your area model, these are the numbers that you're going to want to have, okay? All right. I apologize. The first section does not ask you to do an area model. Just one standard algorithm and estimates, okay? On the back, you have 2 story problems. I will go over one of them. So let's look at number 3. It says, Mr. Johnson is building an ice rink in his backyard that will measure 8.4 meters by 22 meters. What is the area of the rink? Okay, so when looking for area, what's our formula? Our formula is A equals length times width, or length times width equals A, area. L stands for length, W stands for width, A stands for area. So they give us 2 numbers in this story problem. It says Mr. Johnson is building an ice rink in his backyard, and the measurements are 8.4 meters by 22 meters. So they give us our length and our width. We can plug those in. So our length is 8.4. And our width is 22 meters. So I'll put an M here so that you can see our measurements or our unit of measurement. All right. So in order to solve this, we need to do standard algorithm because we have 2 digits by 2 digits. So we'll put our 22 up top and our 8.4 down below. And the first step is to take the 4 and multiply by everything you see up top. So 4 times 2 and 4 times 2. We need a 0 spacer, so we can move over to the 8. 8 times 2 is 16. We're going to carry the 1. And 8 times 2 is 16. Plus 1 is 17. We have nowhere to carry, so we can put our whole 17 down below. Our last step is to add this together. 8 plus 0 is 8. 8 plus 6 is 14. Carry the 1. 7 plus 1 is 8. And 0 plus 1 is 1. All right. So how many numbers do we have to the right of the decimal? All right, we have 1 again. So our answer should reflect the same. So we have 184 and 8 tenths, or 184.8. All right, have a good evening.